Let's see some basics of used in mathematics. These are first of all intervals. So first, intervals. There are three types. There are four types of intervals: open interval, open closed, and closed open. Okay, so open intervals, open from both sides. Okay, these are curly, not curly, you can say curvy creases. Then closed, curvy shapes, curved shapes, you can say. Then closed, they are box shapes. Okay, then you have open closed and closed open. Open closed is open first and then closed first and then open. Okay, so these are also intervals. Now, what are the differences between this? Open intervals, if you are writing like 1, 3, then these two are 1 and 3 are not included, and everything in between 1 and 3, all that is included except 1 and 3. Okay, let's say this is our real number line, so everything except 1 and 3 and in between 1 and 3 will be included in this triangle, this interval. For the box shapes, it includes both of them plus the elements lying in 1 and 3. Okay, so it includes 1 and 3 also. It doesn't include 1 and 3. Open interval does not include 1 and 3. Closed interval includes 1 and 3. Open closed, wherever the interval is open, that will not include that element. Like this is -1 to 2, then -1 is not included, but 2 is included. Similarly here, let's say 1 and 3, then 1 is included, 3 is not included, because at 1 this is closed and at 3 this is open. So at open you're not supposed to go. That's why 3 is not included in this. Then there are some infinite intervals. Okay, well, we are going to, let's discuss that. Infinite intervals, let's say a to infinity, or you can have this a to infinity. Infinity is never included, okay, because we do not know about infinity. So that's why. Similarly, you can have minus infinity. On real number line, you can have minus infinity on this side and plus infinity on this side. And in between numbers, okay, like 1, 3, 5, okay, -1, all these numbers, 0. Right, now minus infinity to a is any number in between this and infinity and minus infinity. Now minus infinity to, you can say b, or minus infinity to infinity. Now this includes, this is our real number. Okay, this is a whole number line, minus infinity to infinity. This includes all of them, all of the numbers. Minus infinity to b is x is such that x is less than b. Okay, you can write it as this also. For this, x is such that x is greater than a, right? X is greater than a, but it is not equals to a. For this, you can write x such that x is greater than equals to a. You see the difference between these two? A is included in here, A is not included in here. That's why open bracket and closed bracket. So this is the difference. Infinity is never included, so it is always open and on the side of infinity. Okay, you can always see infinity open. Then now we'll see some properties of modulus, which are also important from the perspective of JEE. Modulus, let's say a and b, we have two numbers which are real numbers. Now mod a is always greater than equals to 0. Okay, so if you are taking like -1.5 is equals to a, then mod a, this will be equals to -1.5 will be equals to 1.5, which is greater than 0. So it takes some negative value and it makes it positive. So that's the function of modulus. The graph for modulus, you can see, it's this. Okay, so if you are taking negative, then it will give a positive value. If you are taking positive, then also it will give a positive value. So it's always greater than 0. Okay, or equals to 0. At 0, it will give you 0 value. So mod of 0 is 0, but mod of greater than 0 is what? Greater than 0, of course. Right, now mod of a, as you can see, is equals to mod of minus a. Right, again mod of a is greater than equals to a, and mod of a is greater than equals to minus a. Fine. Because if you are at here at any a, then this mod of a will be greater than or equal to mod a. Fine. And mod of a will be greater than minus a. These let me use some other pen, red. This selection is less than a. So that's why, but this selection is greater than a and this selection is equals to a. That's why this is true. Okay. Then you have some more properties, some simple properties, that mod of a into b is equals to mod a into mod b. Similarly, mod of a by b will be equals to mod a by mod b. This is also called modulus. You can write anything. Then mod of two most important properties which we'll be dealing with are this. Mod of a plus b is less than equals to mod a plus mod b. This is also called the three side of triangle property, that the sum of two sides is always greater than the third side. Okay. Then one another is a minus b is greater than equals to mod of mod a minus mod b. Okay. There is also an important relation. These two are important. You have to remember this. These two. These are the properties of modulus, that mod of a plus b is less than equals to mod a plus mod b. Okay. And mod of a minus b is this. They can use this in GM, HM, any property. They can give you sin a, sin b, cos a, cos b, and then they can say you that what is the minimum value of mod of sin a plus sin b. Okay. This thing they are talking about. Mod of sin a plus sin b, or mod of sin theta plus sin alpha. What is the minimum value? This is the minimum value, because this is talking about less than or equals to. Then they can tell you the maximum value, sorry. And for this, they can tell you to calculate the minimum value. That will be mod a minus mod b and mod of that. Okay. Now we'll move on to the trigonometric functions, okay, of sums on and differences of two angles.